Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another vlog here. So, today guys, you guys asked this from me last week, I believe it is. So you want to see a behind the scenes type of video for this vlog as to what I do with making my videos and how I go about doing that. So, today's video is, I'm going to make a Pixelmon video, episode 4 I believe. I haven't made one in a long time, but I'm finally getting back into that series. It's been a long time trying to get the series together, trying to figure out exactly the direction I want to go with it. I believe now I've got a good grasp as to what the audience is going to be looking for and little things like that. So basically, the first thing I got to do whenever I'm recording is get this thing out right here and adjust it all around. It's probably the easiest part of recording. I'm pretty much ready now. So it's very cool. I gotta always make sure that my seat is set right and I'm comfy, because you gotta make sure you're comfy when you're recording. You don't want to have to constantly adjust things while you're recording and worry about things. So this is the first thing I gotta do. Set up this mic right here. So the next thing, I guess, what I will show you, you guys are gonna be seeing it right from there. Hopefully that looks good. I don't know. We'll see later in post-edit. So the next thing I gotta do, I just needed my hand there for a sec, is I gotta open up my computer files and figure out exactly where it is that I am opening. So, as you will see right here, so on my computer screen, I've got, for Pixelmon, there's this Pixelmon launcher right here. Very nice, very nice. You open that up, simply put. So yeah, that's, you guys know how to open games though and all that. So I guess what I'll do is I'll cut back in as soon as I start recording. I gotta open Audacity and I gotta get a few other things going, but behind the scenes stuff is gonna come after the video for the most part. So I'm pretty much ready here, and I'm gonna record some Pixelmon, so I'll be right back. Alright, so the next thing I gotta do is sync up my audio with my microphone and the gameplay. So basically I do that by doing this. And that big spike right there, that I'm not sure if you heard that, but doing that little bit of a spike matches up my audio with my gameplay, and it just gets it in sync. So anyways, you guys are going to see my intro like this. So here we go, 3, 2, 1. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Pixelmon. That's right, we are back once again here today. I know it's been a little bit of a time in between episodes, but it is finally back, and we can finally do some stuff. Alright, so, I'm officially done recording now, and there's a few other things now that I gotta do with my steps after done recording. So, like I said, it was a Pixelmon one, so the first thing I do is, while I'm still in here, I make sure that I get myself a nice little screenshot. That is gonna be my thumbnail right there. I believe I got it. There we go. I got it there. So, that is my thumbnail, and then that's pretty much all I do after I'm done recording. The next thing I do is I gotta edit my audio, and audio is the big thing for me. If I don't think I was even pointing at myself there. Audio for me is the biggest thing on YouTube. When I'm hearing something, lag probably first, audio second, and they're very close together. If I'm hearing something, I hear a smooth, relaxing voice, I love it. I immediately love it. Audio quality, you can ask any of my friends. I always stress audio quality, that the audio wasn't very good or things like that. So the first thing I do with this is I go into my Audacity, and this right here is my recording. And you can see right at the start here, I got a bit of blank time, right? Right there, just a bit of blank time. So just take a bit of that section right there. It's tough to actually do this, and noise removal, get my noise profile right like that, and then I double click on the whole thing, effect, and I go noise removal once again and click OK, and that right there takes up a bit of time, as I got to remove all the background noise from anything that you hear. So yeah, once that's done removing the background noise, I got three other things I gotta do. I gotta normalize the audio, then I gotta compress the audio, and then I gotta normalize it once again, just to remove any other little imperfections with the audio, and it should get it done. But that process takes about 5 minutes of waiting around for the computer to do its stuff. So obviously I'm not going to show you. You'll just have to take my word for it. That's what I do. So I'll show you once it's all done and once we put it into Premiere. Okay, so the audio is finally finished exporting. Like I said, that took about 5-10 minutes. It's normally a little bit quicker than that. For some reason, my Audacity just wouldn't respond as soon as the video was done doing its processing or whatever. So it took an extra couple minutes, but anyways, we were done. So the next thing that I always do is I make sure that, well, we'll show you guys this. I'll make sure that when I go into my computer, it is always saved right into this passport right here, so I don't take up space on my actual computer. I go in and it is under unedited videos right here. You can see I got my screenshots, I got the recording sound, PS4, and then obviously it's called Minecraft because that's what I started out with, but literally anything that I record from Fraps goes right into there. So double click on this right there, and it's always this first file. Click and drag that into my little Premiere Pro program right here, and my template is always set up. I got my intro right at the start, and then I got my outro right there, and all I got to do is drop the audio and video into it, and then I can adjust where it goes from there. So drop the video in there, as you can see, and right down here, this is another part of the waiting process. It's got to always load up. It's kind of difficult to wait for sometimes, but you know, when you're in a hurry, sometimes that doesn't work out. So back into that, get my recording sound right out through here. Once it loads up, you will see, why is that taking so long? That's normally instant. That's a little weird. Come on. There we go. So Pixelmon is right at the top there, Pixelmon episode 4. You can see, drag that in there, and then I'm done with that for now. Click and drag my audio, and it goes always into this bottom part right here. Very, very cool, very easy. And that is my video right there. That is the raw clips of my video all in there. You can see it. This is what I have to work with now. So basically now I gotta edit it together. I'm gonna need to take a couple breaks with it because I did pause sometimes during the recording, so I got some editing to do. I will show you guys right when I'm done. Alright, and so the final recorded process right here, all basically I had to do was chop up some stuff, throw in a little crossfade right there, very, very easy, and then I made a cut, where would it be, way down here. So I made a cut right here, I had to cut that out. Was when I was looking up something, and then right along here, my favorite part to do of editing is, because I really don't have a ton of crazy editing in this, is getting that little box right there to move with my my little picture right there. And so I've got a transparent box right there, which is going to be that video, my previous video, that's playing in there. So very, very cool stuff that I got going on. It's very simple to edit a lot of these videos. It's just sometimes time consuming. Stuff like the UHC and other little things, when I can put more editing into it, it's a lot more fun to edit. Things like this, it's just quick and easy, and I mean, like, you know, it's part of the job that comes with YouTube. You gotta edit stuff, and unless you pay somebody to edit for you, and I'd rather edit myself. So yeah, that's it. Next up is the thumbnail. So basically, while that is exporting itself, we go down into to Photoshop here. We open ourselves, where is it? Pixelmon, right there. Right there. We open ourselves a Pixelmon episode, just like that. It's reading the Photoshop. My computer's running really slow right now. Not exactly sure what's going on. Normally stuff is really instant, and right now it's been very, very slow. As you can see, even right now, it's loading. It's just not moving too quickly. So when that loads, come on. Here we go. So there's the Pixelmon thumbnail. Basically, all I gotta do for this one is I'm gonna delete the background. Where is it? Come on, move a little bit. Can delete that layer back there. And then we're just gonna bring ourselves in a little bit of a photo from, yeah, I gotta set it down for this. Alright, we're gonna grab ourselves the photo. We're going to bring it back into there, and basically that is now the background. I will do a little bit of editing, so I'll show you once it's done. And basically, this is the final product. So I believe I'm on episode 4. So for some reason that was already done. You got yourselves a blurred background there, so it's not to take away from the actual front. But I want to make sure that he was part of it. I gotta learn how to take the photos for this new thumbnail, because I did have a different one in the past, and this is going to be the first episode with this new thumbnail. So that is pretty much all she goes. I go up to File, I click Export, I click Render Video, and make sure that these things are sitting at 0 and 0, and then I just name it to Pixel Episode 4. Just like that, render that out, and now I've got myself a thumbnail, and all it is now is waiting for this thing to upload, and then all I gotta do is go to YouTube and put it on there. So it's pretty simple. I mean, the process isn't too bad. I mean, not too intensive. I don't have those types of videos that take hours and hours of editing. It's just, it does eat up some time, and I mean, like, it's some days you don't want to do the editing part, you just want to record, or some days you want to do the editing, you don't want to record. So it comes hand in hand. So when you sit down and do a video, it's not just the 20 minutes you guys watch. It takes probably close to an hour and a half for the whole process to be done. And as you can see, it's relatively fun. It's a good time. But there are some days where you got to put on a happy face and do some motivation for something that is just a hobby, right? So, I mean, some days you love to do it. Others you just strive to do it. You just have to put your head down and work hard. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the behind the scenes of the making of this video. It's you guys wanted to see it, so there you go. You finally got to see it, and that's pretty much all she wrote for today. So thank you guys very much for watching. Next episode, I will start doing some of my first things that you guys have commented. Some very, very good comments in the last video. If you want some more of my first, just keep commenting them down below in every single vlog, because that is going to be pretty much a mainstay in the vlog. I'll talk about what I did that day, and then I'll have a my first at the end, like a little story or whatever. So anyways, guys, thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.